Hi everyone, so today I'm going to do a video on my breast surgery. So I had breast implants. I did have a request on, doing a video on my experience with it. So my surgery, and this was one of the reasons why I kind of stopped my YouTube channel for a little bit. I did explain in another video, it was because I was a little bit shy to come back on my channel. Because I went through something after my surgery, I guess. I went through a bit of a depression. I was a bit of sad that I had them done. I kind of wish I didn't. And whatever, I have to learn to accept me now, and it was a decision that I made. And I'm happy with them. I don't regret doing them at all. So I did get them done in 2017, February 20th. So that was the date of my surgery. And I used the implants or saline, and the doctor gave me 425 cc's. So that was the final amount that he put in. So let me explain how it works. So my first interview with the doctor, he explains the procedure and everything like that. Like, I had loved this doctor. Years ago, I had met women who had done surgeries with him, and I absolutely, in my head, I'm like, if I ever got it done, this would be the doctor. So had he have retired, I never would have got them done. So now, coming forth to when I did do it, see, in my head, and I had planned that I would never do it prior to having kids. So after my son, like I said, some women are different. They'll gain breasts and they'll keep them, they'll stay big. For me, it was the opposite. So I was always a breast person just because I was the late bloomer in high school. I always had like very small boobs until I finally sprouted. I think I was like 16. So they didn't show. And then I was like a 32B or something like this, or 34B, I guess, I'm guessing back then. And then, so I went from a B cup, and whatever, I was small, I was little, and my boobs were smaller too. And the funny thing is, I didn't finish growing till I was about 20, because I remember, like, all my bras didn't fit me. I actually thought, oh my God, am I pregnant? I went through like a phase where I was like, what's going on? But my boobs filled out when I was about 20, 21, and I was a 32D. So that's when they finally filled out, and I stopped growing, I guess, around 2021 boob size, because I was like really late in getting them. So I guess I didn't finalize till then. Mother Nature. So then, because I got them in about 20, I think I was 20. Yes. I was so happy, and I just, I loved my boobs. They were my thing because I never had them as a teenager. So I'm a boob person. And after I had my son, they went down in size. So I went from a 32D to a 32C. So I think because of that, like, psychologically, it played a lot on my brain. And I was like a bit depressed that I lost size. So I wanted to get back the size that I, was at. So anyways, years went by, and whatever, I bought new bras and stuff like that, but I was always buying like the push-up bras or the like little bit padded bra, just so I can be the size that I was. So that never sit well with me, and the opportunity came, because I always wanted to get them done. It wasn't a spur of the moment thing, but the opportunity came where I just made the decision and I was able to do it. And my best friend, she stayed with me afterwards to like help me, recover. So I had at that time, oh my God, yeah. So I gone into the office before the surgery to decide how big I wanted them. And obviously saline I went with because it's the safest. So the doctor put two sizes that I was able to have in my body. So I don't know what the little one was, but there was a small one and then a little bit larger, which was, it was 375 cc's. Okay, that was the size that he had. And what they do is he leaves you alone in the room, and there's like a bra, or you could use your own or something, and you put it in the bra and you see which size you like better to fit your body. So it's a little weird because you're there for like, I don't know, maybe half an hour, putting on like a different boobie size and looking in the mirror, not knowing, I mean, I never had a surgery before. I don't exactly know how it works. So in my head, I'm like, well, I think the larger one is the most closest to what I had before. So I would just go with that so I don't have to redo the surgery. His advice, because he doesn't tell you what size, he writes down what he thinks in his file, which I kind of peeked and I saw he chose the one I ended up choosing, the larger one. Yeah, it's your decision. And he says if you're not sure, maybe go with the smaller size so then you can always make it bigger after, which is maybe what I should have done. But in my head, I'm like, you know what? I don't like surgery. I just want to do it once. So I picked the larger one, which was 375 cc's. And that was it. And then they scheduled a date and I went in. I'm terrified of, surgery and stuff like that, but they did it. And I came out, they give you really strong pills. It was the most painful experience that I ever had. It was really bad. Some people get over it within like a couple of weeks. It took me like 3 weeks to really get back on my feet, and they still hurt. And while I was there, I'll be honest, like I had a C-section for my son, and I really didn't like the scar that the doctor had left on me. So I asked him if he could fix it. To be quite honest, he fixed it, but it almost looks the same when it healed as what she did. So I really should have just left it alone, because at the time I was in pain at the breasts because I had the scarring here. That's where he cut me. And then I had the C-section that he cut, and I guess so I had stitches there and stitches here, so I couldn't really stand up straight. I was always like this because it hurt. When I would move the tummy or move up here, it's very painful. And what the breast implant, when it goes in, it's high and it has to drop to be like, to go down after. So my girlfriend, she had the same doctor, and she was telling me when she had gone, I don't know, 5 or 6 years before me, he was telling her to massage to help go down. So she was like, massage, and it was in pain because it really hurt because your skin is stretched, and then you have that underneath, and then everything is like, it hurts. No joke, it hurts. And then I had the tummy stitches, so I was like, from the scar, I'm like, that hurt. So I couldn't even lay comfortably. Never mind rubbing something and massaging, it just would hurt. But the doctor told me, he's like, you don't have to massage. He goes, nothing will happen, whether you do or don't. That's something that's not needed. So because he said that, I figured, okay, and I didn't massage him, but I probably should have massaged because I do find they're still high. I don't know if they dropped to their full potential. That I'm going to see him again just to ask if they're okay. But so now I'm a 32 double D, and from what I didn't know is when it goes in, and the implant that I tried was 375 cc's, right? But when he's done with you, he'll fill it to the max, so it actually gets bigger. So 375 cc's becomes 425. So when I woke up, I'm bigger than I thought I would be. I'm bigger than I thought I would be. So it was the size that I originally was, but full tilt filled. I'm a 32 double D instead of a 32D. So I'm not complaining. It's just, it was bigger than what I was expecting. But he did a great job, and I love this doctor, and I wouldn't have trusted anybody else. So I'm really happy with him. Overall, I'm happy. It's a lot of mental processing. And after the surgery, I guess, whatever, life happens. And I remember I hide them. Like, I was hiding myself for the past few years when I shouldn't be. It's almost like I don't want people to judge me and look at me and just think of boobs or whatever. But I remember the first time went to go shopping, like I wouldn't wear something like this. I was wearing something normal. I'm wearing this top just to show you exactly what they are. I don't have a bra underneath or nothing. So this is them. They're 32 double D. Yeah, so I remember I was getting the stares and the looks from women, but you know what? Who cares? They're judgmental and it's their problem, not mine. This is what I have to realize. So I kind of went into like a hiding where I wear big clothing, and I regretted doing it. And I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done it. But I have to realize that's silly. I did it. It's beautiful. It's part of me now. It was a decision I made. I have to own it. And I'm happy about it. So that's it, you know. I guess like throughout that time too, stress and what you're dealing with, you know, goes hand in hand. Because during the surgery, I think that's when I had ended a relationship that I was in at that time. And it was all when I was healing, and it was a very painful, a hard time in my life. So I think after that, I was sad. And I actually had got them, I did get them totally for me, but it was, you know, like it was a person that I was seeing, his birthday was coming up, and I was thinking, oh, you know, kind of like a little birthday present thing. But, you know, it just didn't end up to be like that because life happens. And I ended the relationship at that particular time. So, you know, I think all of this kind of just affected everything. But now looking back on it, I am happy I did it. I made a good decision. I have to be who I am. I do love them. And you know what? I did a good thing. It's something I've always wanted to do. Like years ago, I've thought of it. It's not like I just went on it on a whim. The opportunity came in a time in my life where I was just like, okay, I'll just do it. I didn't think about it at that point, but I have thought about getting them done for many years. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I think they turned out very well and they suit me. So that is my experience with my breasts and getting them done. I think if women out there, you know what, we should never judge each other, or we should support each other in the decisions that we make. It's funny because I know a couple people that I've spoken to that have had the breast surgery. Afterwards, we all went through a certain phase where we were depressed and we kind of wished we didn't. I don't know why that happens, but maybe that's just, and I dreamt, like, I don't remember a lot of my dreams, but I remember after the surgery, it's a few months, it's like you still see yourself with the smaller breast and the body that, you know, God gave you. So it takes a while to like comprehend. And even when I look at pictures of myself back then, it's like, wow, I look so different, you know. Anyways, but that's it. So this is the size that they are, and that's my experience. Would I do them again? I don't know. I don't know, given what I know now, if I would have, you know, had the surgery again. Maybe if I could go back and do it again, I would have chosen the smaller breast size and then had the chance to see that. And then, you know, if I wanted to go bigger, I could have. So that's a decision that's probably smarter to do, which I didn't do. But I do love them, and they're a part of me now, and that's it. I'm going to embrace them. And I think for women out there that want to get them done, good for you. Research it, find a great doctor, and just know in yourself that you're going to have your ups and downs. It's very painful. So keep in mind about that. And you know what? You can't think of what other people think, and you just got to focus on you. Because that was one thing I let happen, and it's so silly. So that's it. We got to support each other. Keep it positive. If you have any questions, like, write them down below and I will answer them the best that I can. Women going through postpartum after a baby, it's difficult because I think I had a slight bit of that myself. And then, you know, our bodies change and we're not the same, and it does affect us. So I think knowing that, women should talk about it and help each other. And this was one thing that I think helped me feel sexy again and feel good about me. And it's important, no matter what, to feel good about yourself. So yeah, that's it. I hope you liked the video. I hope you subscribe and comment below. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's sweetbabygirl025. So thank you so much. Subscribe. Mwah. Take care.